Hey, I hope you guys are doing good today. We are going to be watching about the Husqvarna makes a submachine gun. um, I actually had no idea. The only thing I know about Husqvarna is that they make motocross bikes. I know very little. I know they're under the KTM umbrella in that sense, but I had no idea that they made a submachine gun. So I am very interested in this. If you do get a chance, I'd appreciate if you can leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a bunch. And I will have Forgotten Weapons video linked in my description below, so be sure to give him a like and subscribe. He does a really good job, and I am I am ready for this. Let's go.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm
Hello.
Ian McCollum, and I'm here today at the British Royal Armouries taking a look at some of the cool experimental submachine guns in their extensive reference collection, like this M44 Hovea. Now, this is a
Hovea.
gun that was
Okay, that's how you. I was like, I don't even want to know how to pronounce this yet. I'm gonna let him say it first. Hovea. Got it.
like this M44 Hovea. Now, this is a gun that was tested by the Danish military in 1945, and it was tested against the competing Carl Gustaf M45.
Oh,
Similar to what the Swedes did. The Swedes actually tested both of these two guns against each other. The Hovea here, that name actually, by the way, is just the pronunciation of the full name, full abbreviation of Husqvarna, which is
Husqvarna.
printed down
Oh my God, this is like the whole name of it. No, thank you. No, nope, nope. I'm good. I'm good on that.
below there, because I'm not even going to try and pronounce the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was HVA, which got just phoneticized into Hovea. So
Oh, that's actually kind of interesting though. And a lot simpler. I think Hovea sounds a lot simpler than trying to pronounce this. I mean, about the only thing I can pronounce here is Husqvarna, and I probably don't even say that right.
HVA, which got just phoneticized into Hovea. So this was known as the Hovea M44. 10 of these were manufactured by Husqvarna in 1944 and went into Danish testing. So let's take a quick look at how this comes apart. It's not a particularly complicated gun. All right, we can just barely fit this whole thing on screen.
It looks like it could be kind of compact. Like I don't know if this does this stock fold in or like adjust maybe. Right. I mean, this doesn't look like it's too crazy. It doesn't look like there's like a whole lot of crazy stuff going on here.
Very funky grip, really pretty
Yeah.
funky stock on this. So just off the top here, the stock is non-symmetrical. It comes out of the
Oh
left side of the
yeah.
gun. We have a little latch right here. Pull that latch back, and the stock folds up over the top
Ah.
into position like this. There's nothing you can do with this butt plate. It is a separate piece, so it wobbles a little bit, but it's pinned in place. Normally you'd kind of expect like this could fold down or fold back, but no,
Oh
it's just
yeah.
fixed in there. So
It just kind of sticks out like that. I mean, it is kind of cool how that kind of folded up though, or folded
this
in.
could fold down or fold back, but no, it's just fixed in there. So
Uh,
when it's folded, you got this big thing sticking up off the top of the gun. For magazines, kind of the popular thing in the Nordic region at this time was to use Finnish Suomi magazines, and that's what the M44 is developed for. This is the 50 round
that is interesting shaped. That is very interesting. That's kind of cool though.
quad stack Finnish
The
Suomi
quad
or
stack.
coffin mag. We have a very simple magazine well here that's basically just formed of two pieces of stamped steel spot welded up to a tubular receiver that fit this 50 round mag. Now you'll notice there's one little oval cutout on this side. That is specifically to fit this protrusion here. So on this magazine, these two columns come together right about there, and that's for
Mm,
the part of the follower, and these two columns come together a little bit farther up. It's part of
okay.
the other part of the follower, so you need that cutout to properly fit the magazine. This will not fit the Suomi drum magazines, but jumping ahead slightly, the M49 Hovea that was ultimately adopted does have the magazine well opened up so that it can use the 71 round drums.
Oh,
Anyway, the one other cool feature
it's actually kind of cool though. I like that. I kind of like that little design. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it so far. This looks like a very cool gun. I don't know how good it is. Um, I've never heard of it, so but it looks kind of cool though.
Opened up so that it can use the 71 round drums. Anyway, the one other cool feature on here, by the way, that's the magazine catch.
Mm.
This is a bolt lock. Very simple. Just pivot it
Oh,
down
yep.
and it locks the bolt in position. If you want to lock the bolt in position open, you have a sort of fairly typical, there it is, safety catch, safety lock slot up there on the top. And for what it's worth, if you have the bolt open, you engage the bolt lock and then drop the bolt, it will just kind of jam it in place here, not fully forward.
Mm.
And the way that bolt lock works is it just lifts up this tab. Let's see if we can get some light in there. That's a little better. So you just have this tab that
Oh
lifts
yeah.
up and locks behind one of the sear catches on the bolt when the bolt's forward. For sights, we have this very large hood over a big square front sight post that is drift adjustable for windage if you need it to be. By the way, there was some variation in the exact style of all these prototypes. This one has a bunch of holes. Some of them had like a big slot in the barrel jacket instead.
Oh, okay. So that there was like different variations of that. That site looks a little crazy though. I don't know. I mean, I'm not great with iron sight type stuff, so I don't know. I mean, maybe it works. Let me know.
This one has a bunch of holes. Some of them had like a big slot in the barrel jacket instead. The rear sight is kind of like the Swedish Suomis, actually, where we have 3 different range
Oh.
notches. I believe that's going to be 50, 100, and 200 meters, and you
Mm.
just rotate between them.
I've never seen anything like that before either. I don't really know a lot about like historical weapons, so this is really cool to see. You know, like as far as like your backup sights and front sights and stuff like that, and like this back sight, how you could like rotate that. Like that's cool.
100, and 200 meters, and you just rotate between them. Note that the bolt handle blocks your line of sight
I see
when it's
that.
in the safe position, which is sort of a nice little visual reminder that, oh, the gun's not going to work, and that's why.
That's actually smart too. That's gonna block that blocks your rear sight. So it's gonna be like, oh yeah, you you won't be shooting.
Safe position, which is sort of a nice little visual reminder that, oh, the gun's not
Yeah,
going to work,
yeah,
and
that's
that's why you
nice.
can't see your target. A somewhat clever feature here is duplicating the stock hinge or stock pivot axle to also function as the retaining piece to keep all the internal parts in place. So I'm going to go ahead and
Oh,
drop the bolt like so. This is, of course, open bolt firing, simple blowback like you would expect from a stamped mid to late 40s submachine gun. I
okay.
then open the stock up to just the right position, which is, let's see here, is right about there. Push in on the end cap, and then I can actually push the
Mm,
stock lug all the way through. It has this little cam track in it, right there. And that cam track has this pin running in it. And this is the end cap in the receiver, which then also functions to guide the stock rotation.
all right.
Then we can pull out the recoil spring.
That actually makes it really nice though, that you know, you don't have like this seems like it would be maintenance wise kind of nice. You know, like you don't have anything crazy going on.
To guide the stock rotation. Then we can pull out the recoil spring. We have to open the bolt up to here to pull the cocking handle out.
It's pretty pretty straightforward.
And then the bolt comes out the back. So a little bit of a unusually shaped bolt. Notice that we have bearing surfaces, 4 sets of bearing surfaces here. So the main diameter of the bolt is not actually in contact with the tube. That'll help reduce friction. It means if you
Mm.
get dirt or debris inside, it isn't immediately going to foul the operation of the bolt. The last element of disassembly is just the barrel assembly at the front. We have a lock washer sort of retainer here. If I hold this back, I can unthread
Okay.
this, which is going to take a lot of threading.
Oh yeah.
But eventually
So,
we can pull the barrel assembly off. We've got barrel, shroud, and this locking nut is fixed in between the barrel and the shroud when this
this seems like it comes apart really nicely, honestly. Like it really doesn't look all that bad for disassembling.
nut is uh, fixed in between the barrel and the shroud when this unit is assembled.
I kind of like this gun. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's definitely old. Definitely old, but it's kind of interesting. It's very interesting. I'm still uh in awe that Husqvarna made a firearm.
uh, Fixed in between the barrel and the shroud when this unit is assembled. There is a little square tab right at the top there. That's your locating tab.
Hmm.
You can pull off the lock ring. That locating tab goes in here. That ensures that the barrel is properly aligned. And then you just tighten down the hand tightened knurled ring.
Yeah.
Construction wise, this is just a simple tubular receiver. You can see we have a front trunnion spot welded in place there. We have an ejector right
This thing looks like it's held up really well over the decades. I mean, it really doesn't look that messed up.
in place there. We
It's in
have
really good
an
shape.
ejector right there, also spot welded in place. And the back of the tube just has, some stuff on it. The firing sear is a very simple sear. Pull trigger, sear drops. Full auto only. There's no semi-auto
Hmm.
selector. There's also no safety other than the bolt lock for the front
Oh, right,
and the
yeah.
safety lock open slot for the back.
Well, I guess you gotta make sure you are paying attention. Like if you're not using it, I guess make sure you got your safety on.
The bolt lock for the front and the safety lock open slot for the back. Oh, and there are no markings on this except for the serial number 3 on the pistol grip. After testing in 1945, the Hovea was sort of the winner, but for, to me, obvious reasons, the Danes weren't really enthusiastic about the stock or the grip. And what
Hmm.
they essentially did was say,
This grip does look a little funky though. I don't know. It seems like that'd be a little like I don't know. I also have really small hands, so I guess to me I feel like this looks kind of like not comfortable.
weren't really enthusiastic about the stock
It looks
or the
cool
grip.
though.
And what they essentially did was say, we want the Husqvarna gun, but we want it with the stock and the grip basically from the Carl Gustav. And the result
Okay.
was the M49 Hovea, which
Oh, I have seen one of these before. These things are very interesting looking too. So okay, so like I've known about this. I didn't know that there were things that came off with this Hovea M44, but if, you know, this is why these videos are cool. This is the stuff or I guess I learn.
the Carl Gustav. And the result was the M49 Hovea, which I actually have a full video on. So if you're interested in this one,
Yeah.
check out that video. But you can see here that they took a different stock and a different
Hmm.
pistol grip. And these are essentially from the Carl Gustav gun. Anyway, a big thanks to the British Royal Armouries for giving me access
Yeah.
to this guy to show to you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for
This is
watching.
cool. I really enjoyed this video. This is very interesting. It caught my eye because it said it was made by Husqvarna, and I was like, wait a second. Because like I said earlier, the only thing I know about Husqvarna is from watching motocross and supercross. So I was like, oh, well, that's different. So I'm actually really glad I got to watch this. This was actually really interesting. It's a very interesting gun. It seems like the disassembling is pretty straightforward. The gun itself looks like it's in really good shape for how old it is, and how parts got taken from it to be implemented in other like versions of the M44. It's really cool. Really cool. I really, really enjoyed this. This was a very interesting one. Yeah, this is like I don't know. I think gun history is really cool, and I like looking at guns that were used kind of like throughout history, really, like kind of just all of them. I think firearms like that are really impressive, and then it kind of really shows like how far we've come because like when you see stuff, I mean, we have like all kinds of crazy stuff nowadays, but they all kind of have like some sort of origin, or they get inspiration from some of these older ones, and I just appreciate it. I appreciate it. So this was a great video. I really enjoyed this. I can't wait to watch more of his videos because they're just super interesting to me. So he is wonderful. Love him. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys being here. Be sure to go and like and subscribe to Forgotten Weapons. He does such a great job at explaining these and showing us so much history and stuff like that. So be sure to give him lots of support. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys had a great day, and I will see you in the next one.